So from the title, you can tell this is a collab, and it is with my dear friend Jackie Taylor from Everyday with Jackie. I am so happy to collab with someone, and especially with Jackie at this time. We have become friends over YouTube, and we are both kind of like in kind of sort of the same age range, and we are everyday makeup wearers. Nothing extravagant, just kind of like getting used to it, playing around in it, and thought we would share our love of makeup with you. So I presented this idea to Jackie and she came on board. I actually threw everything down on the table and she picked it up and brought it to life. She said, "Why don't we name it a Thankful Heart?" And I'm like, yeah. And then she said, let's mention things that we are thankful for. And I thought that was excellent. Let me tell you something about Jackie. She is, I think, solid as a rock. She will bring you videos on her channel that review products that she has purchased, and she applies makeup, like I said, with everyday looks. And she is a mature woman who likes makeup but is learning to apply it in ways that flatter her skin, her tone, and her features, like we all want to do. So she gives us that. And she also will do a little video now and then about her favorite things. So if you like makeup, and if you like to see the palettes she chooses to use and the lipsticks she chooses to use, she is phenomenal with finding beautiful lipsticks. Then check her out. As a matter of fact, we're uploading our videos at the same time. I will leave her channel down below so that you can go on over and watch her take on this collab. So don't forget to do that. Also, Jackie is loyal, I think. She is understanding, and she listens, and she speaks so clearly and articulate, and just can really give you a great description and a great insight as to what she wants to convey to you. So if you're looking, again, for makeup ideas and want to know the ins and out on the makeup she has chosen, she is a good resource for you. So again, we came together on this collab and we decided that we would use, out of the palettes that we both had and out of the palettes that we both have not familiarized ourselves with, Urban Decay. It is the Born to Run palette, and I've had this for 2 years. It's been out about 2.5 years, and I love the color story of this palette. It is rich. It is full of here and there colors that you can bring together and make a cohesive look if you're so inclined to do so. It has 21 pans, a huge mirror on the back, 21 pans, and I find the colors, and Jackie did too, very autumnal. Beautiful colors. There are satins here, there are shimmers, there are metallics, and there are mattes. Now, I like a palette with quite a few mattes and neutral colors. I'm just that kind of a girl. This palette has some neutral colors, and they're rich, and they're beautiful on, I believe, all skin tones. I think about most people have this palette if you're into makeup. We decided not to use those beautiful jewel tone colors that are more kind of like the pinks and purples, and the blues here, but to stick, I think we said not to use the blues because I was tempted to use this teal, but we stuck with more of the fall colors. So we chose 4 colors to use, and you will see us come up with looks from the 4 colors we chose. We chose different colors, I believe. We did not coordinate on which colors to use or do a random selection through random wheel thing. So we chose our own colors, is what I'm trying to say, out of the colors that, with leaving out these colors like that. So it will be interesting to see what she came up with I also want to say that YouTube is a very important medium for me, and I am thankful right off the bat for it. I am thankful that you're watching. I am thankful to sit down with my family this Thanksgiving, even though it will be a few of us, it won't be everyone, but we are thankful just the same. And I hope that all of you out there have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and that we women will, as we're cooking or cleaning up, we'll carve out a little bit of time for ourselves to apply some makeup, and we'll come to the table just looking refreshed and always grateful, always thankful, but just give a little time for yourself to breathe. Maybe this year is the year that we can do that, because we're not having large gatherings, at least I'm not. So we don't have to do all the things we normally do, but we can be selective, I think, more so, and not have to worry about catering to so many people. So I think there's going to be a little more time for ourselves. As women, we need that. Maybe it's a bath you want, or maybe it's a facial, and then apply your makeup. But do whatever it is that brings you a little peace before you come to the table to give thanks with your family. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, I hope you can see it, because I just don't go heavy on makeup. But if you'd like to see how I got this look, keep watching. And remember to check out Jackie's channel and give her a hello from me, and also to comment down in the comment section. Like, comment, and share. And if you haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to Accessorize Your Life, and check out Jackie's channel and consider subscribing to Every Day with Jackie. Stay well. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, this is where I think it is a good time to do the eyes before I put on the actual foundation, because I have found that working with the Urban Decay palette, it tends to have some fallout depending on which colors you use, especially the shimmers. The satins, not so much. The mattes, no, but the shimmers, yeah. So I am going to get started on the eye look. And I am going to start with Baja. That's that beautiful rusty orange color there, which reminds me of the Grand Canyons. So let's get started with that. Try to get my mirror in focus and get this look on the way without taking up so much time. So we're going right in with Baja on both sides of my brush. I'm using the Sephora Pro series of eyeshadow brushes. Okay, so here we go. I want that on the upper part of my lid. And I'm going in very lightly on my eyes with this. Just tap, 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 and then a little very light windshield wash back and forth, very light. And I'm holding the brush by the far end so that I get a lighter touch. Can you see that? And going to do a little more on this eye. Very pretty. So this palette has 21 pans, and as I said, there are metallics, satins, and shimmers in here, and a couple of mattes. Now that's wherein lies the problem for me, that I had a hard time coming up with a look, because I felt like I needed more mattes to ground or establish a base of color. But I'm finding that this Baja is working quite well. It is a matte, and it is a rather pretty color. Very pretty. It's in the orange family, one of my favorite colors. So we titled this video with a thankful heart, because it is with a thankful heart that we come to you at this time that we as a nation are about to celebrate just being grateful and thankful for all the blessings in our lives, to live in a country that has a democracy as we've known it to be prior to this last 4 years. Pretty good. Not the best by no means, and especially for people of color, but still pretty good. We have a lot of liberties, and I am thankful for those. I just want to be able to continue to have the liberty to express my rights as they are, and to gain more rights as a woman and as a person of color, and not to have our freedom of speech or our rights to choose whether or not we want to have abortions or whatever. The right to life should be our own individual choice, in my opinion. But what I am most grateful for is, of course, my family, my home, friends, job, food on our table, and that this year, which has been an unprecedented year for us, that we are coming through thus far, that no one in my household or friends, or to my knowledge, anyone that I know, has contacted the virus, that people around me are trying to be as safe as they can, that my job is open and we are treating people who come in for their dental cleanings, and we're not running into any issues with the patients. They're being compliant, and that we have unity in our home. We're working on things together to fight the virus, and we have the corporation of family and friends. We may not be with all of them this Thanksgiving, but we know that they're healthy and they're going to play it safe by distancing themselves and just doing it a little bit different this year. So my next color after Baja, because I've gotten that worked in rather nicely, I think you'll agree, I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm going to go in with Punk. Punk is another matte, and it sits below Baja. Now, Punk is a little funny to work with, even though it is a matte. It can quickly go south on you if you put too much, or you concentrate it in one area. So I want to be very careful with Punk. So I'm going to start right in my crease and just tap it in. And you can begin to see a little bit of it coming in. And again, I have a very light hand going back in with Punk, holding the brush by the end and just tapping it in ever so lightly. I want to work it up because I only want to see, the Baja, but not as a focal color, just a hint of it, so that you can go have a gradient effect on my eyes is what I'm going for. So let's take some over here. I don't want to work too long in one area because then it gets muddy or really gets shady on you. So as I was saying, there are our liberties, and common sense is what's important this Thanksgiving, I believe, that I am thankful for. But all of my family members have jobs. They're working in some kind of way or another, either from home, they're still employed, or they're going into their office, and they are actually have been safe doing so. And I pray that they continue to be safe going into their workplace and not run into any trouble. My youngest son takes Metro, so he goes in, he's in the city and he takes Metro into work. But everybody else who has to go in drives, so there is that taking public transportation may lead into something. Okay, so we've got punk for now, right there where we want it. And now I'm going to go in with the glitter primer. And this is by Second Love. And I'm going to go in on the lower lash line with this. Right in here. But I want to back up some, because though I am grateful for family, friends, food on our table, clothes, a home, jobs, our finances, I want to remember why I started YouTube in the first place, and let you know that I am so grateful for you guys tuning in to watch me do what I do here on YouTube. I started YouTube. We have the glitter primer there. And next we're going to go into, this is the tricky part, because to this moment I'm not sure which color I really want to use here. I have been playing around with Wonderlush, which is this green right here, all week. I even wore it into work today thinking, no, I didn't, I take that back. I wore Radio, this teal kind of color, into work today thinking I may want to switch it up. But something keeps calling me back to Wanderlust. So Wanderlust it is. So I am going to spray my brush and put that on my lids. I started YouTube, as I was saying, because I wanted a way to document a little bit of my life and to have something to leave behind for my boys. I remember when my mom passed away, and afterwards, I went through the pictures, of course, preparing for her services, and we had loads of pictures of her. But what I found we didn't have was video of her. I did not hear her laugh. I could not hear her anymore saying Julie Bug or Judy Bug or Julie Girl or whatever she called me at the time. So I figured it's so important, and we are at the time and age, of course, we have the technology. And here we go with Wanderlust. I'm going to just start right here with it. Can you see it coming in? We have the technology, we have everything we need to do it, and why not? I first started out on Facebook. It was a perfect medium for showing pictures and sharing things. That was more of a social avenue for me, but it struck me, like I said, after my mom passed, it would be good to have documentation of things I like to do for my boys. Now, whether they'll feel the draw or need to hear my voice once I'm gone, I don't know. But it's there if they want it. And I am thankful for the vehicle of YouTube allowing me to bring these videos to you and share what I like. Not only for that reason, but because also, like I said, sharing what I like, makeup, cooking, decorating, handbags. People who tune into those videos, I feel are or have some of the same interests that I have. So they're kind of kindred spirits, can we be, you know, is what I'm thinking, or we are on YouTube, because I have friends, of course, but my friends don't all like the things I like. They have their interests, and most of it is sometimes survival, taking care of family, doing things like that. And it's good to go places, they're good to go places with and do things with, but most of them are not that. They're not fanatics about handbags or makeup or things like that, cooking. They just do the bare necessities in some of those areas where I like to just do a little more, a little extra. Okay, I think we have that Wanderlust on quite well. I'm liking it. I'm glad I went with it. Bear in mind, again, I have hooded eyes, so it's going to fall a little or spread a little, but that is another reason why I went in with punk, because I felt that punk would help recede that puffiness or that fullness of my hooded areas in my eyes. So I'm taking a little bit more of punk, and I am just right where Wanderlust hits. I'm putting a little bit of punk. So it's with gratitude, gratefulness, thankfulness that I am for you guys tuning in to watch me do what I do here on YouTube, to share, like, and comment, to support me, and by watching and sharing the videos, it encourages me. And I think it also encourages others to start. Once they see that, yes, there's an older woman there doing makeup with hooded eyes. I'm putting some of that punk on the outer corner to deepen up. And so that encourages others. So I'm thankful for the platform that YouTube has provided us to come into your homes. And I'm thankful for you allowing me into your home to share what it is I like doing. There, I think that is in there. And now I want a fluffier brush. I need another one because I've used that one I have a lot. And my eyes are a little crepey up here, so it just feels like that color just kind of gets in all the little crepey areas, but I think it's in there pretty well. So I've used, let's see, Baja, Punk, and Wanderlust. We picked 4 colors, if I didn't say that already. So I'm going to go in, I have one more color to use, so I'm going to go in with it now. Let's find the right brush. This is another Sephora brush, and it's that angle brush that lets you get in. I think I want to use Blaze, which is a nice creamy color right there. The thing with Blaze is it is quite satiny, not shimmery, but it just has a high shine to it. I'm almost tempted to just go right next door to it and go into Weekender, which is more of a matte look. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because most people do use the shimmer under their eyebrows and in the inner corner, but I just don't want too much shimmer for some reason. So I'm going to put that at the high point of my, and I see some kick up there. I'm using Weekender, putting it at the high point. Ooh, it's going everywhere. So I am very thankful for YouTube and for you all tuning in, watching me do what it is I do on YouTube. It is such a wonderful time in my life to experience this. I am glad that I had the opportunity to do this in my lifetime. Technology is something else. And it forces you to learn new things and to get comfortable with things you may not necessarily have wanted to do. Okay, so I've got that Weekender in that high point, and I'm liking that there because it's not, there's a little bit of sheen to it, but not nearly as much as I would have gotten with Blaze right here. I'll show you what Blaze looks like. Can you see Blaze there? Blaze is beautiful, but it really comes out at you compared to Weekender. Weekender is lighter, but Blaze is really punches a big old knock at you. That didn't come out right, did it? Well, you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to also take some of Weekender right here just to kind of lighten things in this inner corner. Not to shine, not to sparkle, but just to give a little lighter look right here in the inner corner and up. Because it's kind of a smoky eye, but I also want it to be a kind of nice eye. Okay, and I am going to go back in a little with, do I need to do it now? Spray my brush with my Lust. Now I have to tell you, this palette has never had this much use in the 2 years that I've had it. I think this palette's been out for 2 years, and I love the color scheme. I love the story of the colors, how there's so much to choose from. But then when I take it and start to work with it, I get stunned. I just don't know what to do with it at times. So it took some playing around to get this far. Okay, so now I am going to leave my eyes alone and get my complexion together. And yeah, I did get some fallout around here. I see a few little sparkles. Okay, so let me close up this beautiful Born to Run palette. If you have it, pull it out and play with it. It's not bad. For foundation, I am going to get busy with my Sicily. Okay, I'm going to, no, hold up. I'm gonna do one more thing. Bronzer. Okay, now I feel like I can go back into my eyes and work with my palette once more. And I'm going to take that little flat brush with the flat side there that's angled. And this is where I decide what I'm going to put on the waterline below. I don't have much luck with things showing up that well there. I do have some moles on my lower eyelid waterline area. I want those removed, but I have not found a doctor who's confident enough to take them off. So let's see what we're going to do with this. I'm thinking to work back in Baja with my angle brush here. Quite powdery. I may have to spray this a little just so that it stays put. Let's get with this. And I'm just going to tap it into place. Excuse me. And not go all the way around, but tap it into place and hope for the best. And then if I can find a pencil brush, I will use it to work it out. Or better yet, yeah, here's a pencil brush. This is a Morphe M321, I believe. And I'm just going to, I'm so excited to see the look that Jackie creates with this palette. We don't know what look or even what colors the other person is using. We just gave ourselves the liberty to choose the 4 colors that we wanted to use, and we decided that the colors should be autumnal colors because, as you know, this palette has some beautiful green, blues and teals, and kind of berry colors in it as well, and purple. So we could have very well left it open to that, but we wanted to focus in on this holiday, Thanksgiving, with a look we felt appropriate for this holiday. And next I am going to work on my lashes right now. This is the Dior, I believe it's their Addict, no, it's Dior Show Maximizer 5D Base Mascara. Everything needs a base these days. And I guess that's rightly so. We want the colors, we want the product to show up. Really getting that one on. And I thought about doing lashes, but I just want no stress, no fuss. I just want to be myself, as Mary J says, something like that. I think, Mary J Blige, that is. So I think what I'm going to do is just do what I normally do, stick to mascara. I do on occasions such as Thanksgiving and Christmas, whenever I go out, like to add lashes, but for the sake of my sanity, and not causing myself to go into having hot flashes because that triggers hot flashes when you get stressed, you know. So we're just going to leave that as it is. Stay away from things that can stress you out. I'm just going to go in with my lash curler. Try to get those lashes all going the same way to behave. And next I'm going to go in with Pat McGrath, her Dark Star Mascara. And it's in the very black shade here. And let's work those into those. Ooh, it's kind of a thick formula. I like to go at the base, wiggle the wand, and pull up. Go in at the base, wiggle it at the base, and then pull up. Okay, I think it's showing up. I can see the difference in the two eyes. Much darker over here. Now I didn't go in with eyeliner, and I meant to do that. But with this dark star, I'm not feeling like I need any eyeliner. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Besides, it's just going to be my husband and my son and myself. It's a nice, simple look. If I choose to recreate this for the actual dinner. Wow, this mascara, I'm finding a new love for it. Taking my time with it. And I use that base. And those lashes are popping. At least from here they are. I will take either a NYX white on the lower waterline, or I'll go in with a black. Which one should it be? Will it be black or white? Let's try the white. Let's open up my eyes a little if we can with this. Kind of worried about this, doing a little at a time. Can you tell a difference? Yeah, I see a little bit there. I find with makeup, just like with practicing dental hygiene, a light hand, a light touch is so important, because you can always add more or go back over something, but to take away or undo the damage you've done when you go in with a heavy hand, it's not so easy. So I'd like to take a mascara with a smaller wand and go on the lower lash line, and I'm using the roller lash for that. I think it's by Benefit. Benefit makes some really good mascara. And I'm seeing a little bit of a lash improvement there, but I'm getting a little bit of fallout too. Excuse me for not being in frame. This is a little challenging. And this, when I mess up on that lower lash line, I just take a little spoolie with an angle to it, and I work it out. I'm picking up that spice color there, that orangey color, and then a little bit of that berry color, because right there for my blush. I like that you can kind of see both of them. I think it relates back to the eyes very well. I love a good orange and a good spice. Looks good with that green. A little bit more of that. And then I'm going to go on with this color here, that kind of gold color in the middle there on the bottom. Tap that in. A little bit of that whitish color there. A little of that and a little of that on my highlight area there. I think I want to revisit my eyes with my weekender. And my Baja. Which you really can't see much of. Okay, that's it. I think we're done with the Born to Run palette. And now I'll move into my lip. And then we'll bring this on home. Let me first spray my face. Since I want a little glow at the table, I am going to use the Pixie Glow Mist. I want my face to stay in place, so I'll first go in with the Urban Decay. I'll let that settle down some. Get it off my lips. That fell. Okay, and now with the... Hard to know where it's going, because it has such a fine mister, but I got it on my face. Let that settle in because I dropped that fan. Okay, now the lippy. I'm going to use a Wet n Wild pencil in brown. Oh, let me take a drink in my little Be Thankful for All Things mug. And guys, I am very thankful for the friends I've met on YouTube. Jackie happens to be someone who I could relate to from the very beginning. So I am so glad that she agreed to do this collab with me. Next, I am using the BH Cosmetics, and this is the Cashmere Cream formula, I believe, and I'm not sure what color it's in. I'll list everything I'm using, hopefully, in the drop box. But it is a pretty shade, pretty neutral, you see? I think it goes nice with this look. I think I kind of put too much on, but let's see. I remember one thing my mom always did. She wasn't a makeup person much, but she was a fashionista. But she did wear lipstick. And one thing she would do is always blot her lipstick to get it just right. And I think I've done that. What do you think? The eyes okay? Yeah, leave me a comment down below if you like this look that I created with the Urban Decay palette. I think it is a just right look for what I will be doing this Thanksgiving if I choose to wear this look. It's a high contender because that green came out really well Wanderlust. It really is speaking to me, that Wanderlust is. I'm going to take some of that off, but I want that blush to show up because my lip is barely there. I want my eyes and my cheeks to be there. And I think I can use something else with the lips a little bit. I think I can use a little bit more. Like I said, this palette was out 2 years ago. Everyone loved it. And it offered a lot of variety. It's not one of those palettes that you find yourself stuck. You don't know what to do with, because what I should say is you find that you don't have a lot of options with, because you do. It's just whether or not you know how to do anything with it. So it took for me rather a little bit of getting used to. So I think this look is finished. Yeah, I think this look is where I want it to be. Color, but not overly done. So I say, but my husband may think it's too much. Yeah. Oh, I have a little disclaimer. The lip you see me put on in the video is different from the lip you see now. Not much. I went over it with an Urban Decay lip in Accident. It's a very pretty color. It's kind of metallic looking, but it's your basic kind of brown with just a little kick of metallic added to it. I don't think it's showing up as much as it would if I hadn't put on the previous BH Cosmetic liquid lipstick. But anyway, I wanted to let you know I did go back over that color with Urban Decay Accident. Alrighty, bye-bye.